this old Poulan 2800 chainsaw. Is it even worth fixing? I don't know. Let's find out. If you work on small engines, I'm going to show you 3 things that are absolutely essential that you can test before you start tearing into the carburetor or anything like that. This could save you some time and money. Nope, my name's not Tom. I'm the lawnmower lady, and I like fixing small engines. Compression is the first thing we need to test, and a lot of people say, hey, you can just pull up on this and it should not fall. But you know, the problem is not always a good test if there's compression or not. So let's get under here and check for compression. Well, that's a lawnmower spark plug. Not the best thing in the world. And this has been running a little rich. Now, the guy that owns this says it hasn't run in 3 years. And I've already cleaned off all of the debris that I could get off of it. And I think that maybe it's just a fuel issue, but we don't know. Let's pin that throttle wide open. I just use a piece of Velcro. We're up to 130. We're almost up to 140. That is well enough to get this started. Now, if you're working on small engines, you probably already have a compression tester. I will put a link in the video at the bottom in the description for the one I use. The one I'm using is a MightyVac compression tester. They are kind of pricey, but I'll also put a link to another one that I used for years and years. It's within 5 psi of this MightyVac, so I think it's a good compression tester. And the next thing is to test for spark. If this thing's not putting out spark and we're considering getting a new coil, it might not be worth it. I don't know if you can see that red light or not. Let's give this a whirl. Oops. Kill switch. That says low. Well, that's got the wrong spark plug in it. So let's get the right spark plug in here, since compression is good. All right, let's get this on the ground to give it a whirl. All right. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's flashing green. We got good spark. Now we do want to check inside of the piston to see what that looks like in there. This is an old snap-on borescope that I got years and years ago. If you don't have one, these are very inexpensive tools to purchase. And I'll put a link in the description for one. Now, hopefully you can see this. And I'm looking at the exhaust port, and you know, that on the surface doesn't look good to me. There's a lot of scoring on that side of the cylinder. And I'm going to switch to the sideways camera on here, and I can look at the intake side. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. There is a little bit of discoloration, some blow by, but I don't see any scratches on that side of the piston. Just a little bit right there. And again, the top of the piston crown, there's a lot of carbon buildup on there. That's one of the transfer ports. Now, even if you don't have a borescope, it's essential to take a look at the inside this muffler, because there's a couple of things going on here. Number one, on this one, you want to check the spark arrestor. And this spark arrestor, I don't know if you can see through that, looks very clear to me. Now, if this was all dirty, it looks like you could replace this as a unit, but you can clean this with a butane torch or propane. Just burn all the silt off of there. Now, if you can see this right here, that exhaust port has virtually no buildup on it whatsoever. And I think this saw is from the 80s. So that looks pretty good to me. But let's pull that engine over and take a look at that. Now, I've put this chainsaw in my vise so I can show you, but you can see that's the top of the piston. There looks to be some marks on the top there, and a little bit of carbon buildup before you get to the first ring, and a lot more between the two rings. But I don't know if you can perceive that or not. The piston skirt is just as smooth as it can be. There are some up and down striations, but there are no gouges in it whatsoever. With just some simple tests, I haven't wasted money on any parts yet. I think this saw is well worth trying to fix. Hey, if you like chainsaw videos, you're going to want to watch this one right here. Mo happy. Dang, this thing is spewing some oil.